Hello and welcome, my lovely Taurus. Taurus, this is your last 2019 reading and first 2020 reading from me, the Queen of Clovers. Rachel, I'm going to do one spread for 2019 and one spread for 2020. See what the energies are calling in for us. Remember, time is merely a pretense. This could be past, present, and or future energies and or lessons. Also, me being the Queen of Clovers, my readings tend to focus on life, craft, action, nurturing ourselves and others, and using our will for the highest good and calling with unconditional love and, of course, gratitude. This is my charismatic gift I share with you, and so I thank you with all my heart for the year we've had together, Taurus. It's been pretty freaking amazing, and I've been away for a bit, but Spirit told me to take a break, see what it's like to not be a light worker and not make the effort. And I was like, really? And it was basically, you're going to be miserable. All right, so what are we looking at? When we have the Jupiter and Capricorn energy, we have that one new beginnings portal coming up on January 1st, New Year's Day. And then if you've been as like dark and hermity and hibernating like a bear, incubated if you will, you probably are just dying for energy that's going to pull you out of that. On January 3rd, we have our first meteor shower of the year, very visual meteor shower of the year. And then we also have Mars moving into Sagittarius, a lot less sexual, Scorpio, deep energy. And definitely, it's windy as hell right here in Southern California too. But it's that energy of being able to move forward enthusiastically about many areas of life. It's about expressing yourself. And it's about, you know that whole expression, you be you, man. That's what it is. Fly your freak flag, you be you. It's time. And a lot of us have spent a while working on getting our energies free and clear to be able to do everything we ever wanted to. And it's like, here it is. All right, so for us to start for 2019, close out, I have the 5 of Wands in reverse. This is an argument getting nowhere. This is arguing about nothing. And it's like, Taurus, are you in a fully argumentative state for 2019? It's like that contrary. It's like a child. If you told them the sky was blue, they would look up and say, I think it's pretty red. It's keeping you protected. But you think you're protected with this 8 of Swords. But in 2019, you're just keeping yourself away from this Knight of Cups in reverse, having a crush on somebody or somebody having a crush on you. Basically, it's love or pursuing love. And you really think it's going to flip you upside down. I don't think this is anybody in particular. This is definitely the crush card. But it's just that's succumbing to love. You've just kind of held everybody as far away as possible in 2019. And it might be time for that to end. You're beginning to see a little bit of emptiness in your life. And I'm not talking about holding... That's too many cards. Spirit, please. I'm not talking about holding, you know, a loser fuckboy or just any old person that approaches you, male or female. This is genuine love you're trying to withhold from yourself. It's like trying to keep relationships very superficial and very, yeah. You're not too thrilled with it. It does make you feel small and lonely, and this Judgment card is like, I may not have made the right choice, but it's kind of where I am right now, Taurus, and it's becoming burdensome. You thought it was a good idea to do this, to get through this. It's kind of like, I'm going to get through law school, or I'm going to get through this business of, you know, selling my house or getting my kids through high school, but I ain't going to date nobody, and I'm going to do it alone because thus far it's not been that great with anybody else. Male or female, this could be single mom or single dad energy too. But it's the energy of like, I've set a time where I can start loving people and start kind of like filling up this cup. It's not now yet, but it's kind of making you miserable. And you just don't think you have what it takes to give to a relationship right now. But again, you feel like it's not the best choice for you. It feels like you're coming into an ending and it's not looking that great. Like I don't have for anybody, but it's just so lonely for you, Taurus, and you're like, I'm totally looking that way. But I'm starting to kind of like eyeball side eye something over there. And I'm just realizing like maybe I could have more. Maybe I could find somebody to give me a little bit more that I need. I have the Devil card here. Could be a Capricorn in your energy. This is advice from Spirit too. I like how they have the and the Three of Wands, Seven of Pence, and Queen of Swords. The Devil card feels like a little pleasure island moment you're looking for. It's like, I've succeeded so far. Don't I get a break? A little party. You're starting to feel that need to be out and about and do some painting the town red. And you've worked so hard so far, and it's just, I kind of need to get out. And I've gotten a little success here. I've grabbed onto a few things with the ships coming into the Three of Wands. It's kind of happening now, and I've planted all my seeds, and I'm doing my harvest. But you're kind of cold as fuck right now with the Queen of Swords. This is Spirit saying you're really not welcoming. You're very swordsy in your heart right now. Anybody who gets close to you is going to get stuck, is what it feels like. It feels like, yeah, just cold. And it's like Taurus, you've been so cold and so kind of like argumentative with everybody all year that nobody's kind of asking you to come out and play anymore, and you're beginning to notice those invitations dwindling. And it's like, well, I've been working my butt off so I could play later. Well, you're missing out on life, actually. Your work has become a bit of an addiction, I think, and it's made you come across as a little colder than you intend to be. And you're feeling the consequences of that. And right now, you're like, but I want to go out. I want to play. All right, for 2020, I have the Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune. It's in the upright. Let's see, pull the other cards next to it. See what 2020 first reading has to let in for us. The Tower. There's some heart missing from your life. No water here. The only water I got here in 2019 was rejecting it. Like, no thank you. Was yourself withholding yourself from love. Let's see. I'm just gonna, whenever there's a tower, I just gotta clarify the Tower and the Wheel of Fortune. What do we got going on here, Spirit? Taurus Tower. Taurus Mars energy. This is like a striking energy of Seven of Swords, some truth coming in with the Three of Pence with work. And the Three of Swords. You've worked on something really hard. You've really put the work in. This could be actual work card. The actual Three of Pence is the card of like the office, is what as an environment. But the Seven of Swords is definitely coming into some truth, some cutting truth, some realization that you're heading towards misery. You've made a lot of plans. You've put in a lot of work. And you've been so focused on the math problems and focused on you know, the homework, or, you know, finishing your hours or passing a test to get a certificate, you've almost forgotten what you're supposed to do with that shit, and it ain't looking good. This is like a lack of heart, a lack of love, a lack of promise, a lack of passion. Definitely seeking passion at the end of 2000 with the Three of Wands and the Devil card. You're seeking a little more brighter energy. And that's not the path you've kind of set yourself up on. The path you've set yourself up on is kind of wandy, but it's in the wandy in a burdensome way and a little cold in the Queen of Swords way. That's the path you've set yourself on. Even though you want something a little bit more passionate now, you realize you gotta kind of like, you gotta do something, because this is, you see nothing but torture coming in your future. You just realize you're heading towards a swordsy life, and you're an earth sign, so I can see why this is kind of miserable. You've kind of surrounded your pentacled future in a bit of misery. And it may not be because you don't like your future. It may just be that it's framed improperly. Like, this is like you like looked at it a different way, and instead of like going through the Hanged Man and coming out with a new perspective and feeling refreshed and enlightened and sure of yourself, you came out like, I think I made a bad choice. I think I've made the choice that's going to bury me. Make life more difficult than easy. Advice from Spirit for 2020. No, the Queen of Wands in reverse. Yeah, you're seeking out that solution. 5 of Pence in reverse, the Empress upright, and the Sun. Okay, I see why we have some trouble here. Okay. You dropped your Queen of Wands energy here. It's not working out so well. So basically, you've put aside a lot of passion, you've put aside a lot of joy, a lot of solution orientation. You've just been cold and just been almost withdrawn. But it's basically left you with a 5 of Pence in reverse, being left out in the cold because you've been so cold. And so what Spirit is saying is, you need to warm up to those around you. Remember that even if you support, you may not think you can support somebody, but a kind word is greatly supportive right now for the people around you. And you really need to bring it out. Your Queen of Wands, solution-oriented, passionate queen, to really get you out of this delusion that you put yourself in there and that you want to be in there. You don't want to be in there. You've just forgotten that life needs to be a little bit more. You're going to come into this Empress energy, and you're not embodying this Empress energy as much as you want. I do have it in the upright, but then next to it I have the Sun in reverse, and that's because your Queen of Wands, your passion energy, is in reverse. You got to get some life back in there, some color back into your life. It's really weird because these cards, all your cards are very green and yellow until it's advice from Spirit, and it's like, passion up, man. Bring some drama even into your life. You're willing to even do that right now. That's how like isolated and cold life has become for you. Even with the Sun in reverse, it's very cold. And it's just even though you feel like the Empress, it's not bringing you joy, and you can't figure out why. And the reason why Spirit is saying is because you've kind of put yourself in a 5 of Pentacles, Queen of Wands in reverse position to get something done, and all you really have is just drain the life out of it. And you need to, your change of perspective isn't that you hate this or you're miserable with this. It's that I chose this. And my ex keeps telling me, you know, I have been a little slow on my divorce, but it's a block that I've really had to work through this month tremendously. And I'm about to finish it this morning, coming up. And it's that energy of you know, you kind of, you put aside a lot to get this done, but it's just really changing your perspective on it. I totally lost my train of thought because oh, he keeps telling me, my ex keeps telling me, this is the divorce you wanted. This is something you wanted. And I'm a little scared of the paperwork. And for whatever reason, probably because I've been a little more intuitive and a little more flighty in the brain with this spirit orientation. But it is something. I mean, he says it accusingly, but I say it, but I take it in as, yeah, this is what I want. So why should I be so miserable with it? I'm either sincerely miserable or I'm just miserable because I think I should be miserable. When you sit down, there's some things that you feel you should be confused about and that you should be mind boggled about. And you need to get that kind of out of your head. Should. You need to get that energy of the way things should be and the way things, and the way you think things, the way you think you should be feeling about something, because, you know, when people have to take their, I do feel like this is preparation for something, like a certificate or a testing, but, yeah, Knight of Punts. Something's going to make a change very quickly in your life. It's going to happen on New Year's Day. It's going to, an opportunity is going to arise and you're just going to run with it because you need that influx of new and passion and what have you. It's not going to change your whole course, but it is going to, it could be as simple as just spending a little time with people you love. That increases your value. Not necessarily, that could be why it's in reverse. But it's mostly about speed, these cards. But it's going to increase your sense of personal value. And because you're a Taurus, and this is a Pentacle card, that's why I see that. That's why Spirit is saying that. Because you're earthen, that earth is going to renew you. Alright, my lovely Taurus, I hope that made sense. I really do hope that made sense. Definitely have a great New Year's Eve. Be safe. Don't be sorry. 2019 spread to 220 spread. Enjoy the new year. Enjoy Mars and Scorpio. And of course, have a wonderful week. Please like, subscribe, share, comment, tip or donate if the spirit moves you. Everything is in the box below as per usual. Have a good one, my lovely, lovely Taurus.